What is going on, guys? Vesikk here, and welcome to this special video where I'll be talking about the possibility of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 being on Xbox One. Now, as the title suggests, we are going to be talking about Modern Warfare 2 backwards compatible, not Modern Warfare 2 remastered. And if you're not sure what the difference is between backwards compatible and remastered, then I'll just give you a little introduction to it. So backwards compatible is when the game is identical in terms of the gameplay, the graphics, everything. It'll be identical to how it was back in the day. So a good example for this is Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2. And what if we're going to keep going on the Call of Duty train. Now all those games are backwards compatible on the Xbox One. So what happens is the Xbox One emulates an Xbox 360 environment, and when this happens, the Xbox One is actually able to play Xbox 360 games and connect to Xbox 360 players. So essentially Xbox 360 players can play with Xbox One players, Xbox One players can play with Xbox 360 players, 360 players can play with 360 players, Xbox One players can play with Xbox One players, however you want to go about it. The only difference is that the controller will be different because you're using an Xbox One controller. The hardware is different because obviously it's Xbox 360 and Xbox One, but the game is identical and there's no difference in terms of the game. Maybe the frame rate might be a bit better on the Xbox One and more smoother, but there won't be any out of the world enhancements for an Xbox One player over a 360 player. And in some cases, the 360 player can actually get an advantage on the Xbox One player, such as Halo Reach, where it had a frame rate issue for the Xbox One. Now, to get back onto the topic of this video, Modern Warfare 2 did release November 10th, 2009. It's almost 10 years old. It's coming up to it in a few years. However, there's been a lot of news in the recent months about it being backwards compatible. And so what that would mean is Activision allowing Microsoft to make the game backwards compatible for the Xbox One owners. Unfortunately, PlayStation cannot do this because PlayStation's backwards compatibility feature is a bit strange and very much different to the Xbox One. So the PlayStation actually streams the game. It doesn't emulate like the Xbox One does. That's to my knowledge anyway. So basically, as the title's saying, will this be backwards compatible in time? And I am very uncertain about it being backwards compatible this year. If we get to the start of November and it's not out, then I'm going to suggest that you don't expect it by December, because in November 3rd to be precise, Call of Duty World War II will be releasing. So the likelihood of Activision allowing Microsoft to actually bring back Modern Warfare 2 when their pretty much title game is coming out is very unlikely, because Activision would want as much focus on World War II as possible, and any pretty much scene or any notice of Modern Warfare 2 being backwards compatible could pretty much destroy Activision's profit for World War II. Now what Activision could do, and they haven't told anyone, is bring Modern Warfare 2 remastered as a like an extra game on World War II. But I'm very, very skeptical this will happen, because World War II is, in terms of gameplay I've seen, looks to be very strong compared to its Infinite Warfare partner, or Infinite Warfare cousin. So the likelihood of it being remastered with as an add-on for this game, for World War II, is very unlikely. So what I'm going to try and talk about is the backwards compatibility feature. Now, if the game is not backwards compatible by November, then I'm suggesting don't expect it, and maybe expect it around mid-January, maybe February or even March. We have been told that there's been a lot of rumors that it will be coming out shortly. There hasn't been anything from Microsoft. They've suggested that a big game will be coming in the next few months. So hopefully we can see Modern Warfare 2 this month or even next month. But Microsoft is also pushing for the Halo games, Halo 1, Halo 3, Halo 4 and Halo ODST, to be backwards compatible before the end of the year. They've pushed it, they've said that it will be, and so I'm not sure if Microsoft will be focusing on Modern Warfare 2 at this time, but the likelihood of that happening is fairly high for backwards compatible, since it was, I believe, the third highest game to be requested. Now, for the PlayStation owners or the PlayStation 4 owners that want to play Modern Warfare 2, unfortunately you won't be able to. Microsoft has wanted to get crossplay platform working, but that won't be what it means for backwards compatible, because that is an Xbox One feature. Now, if crossplay platform does go ahead, we could possibly see Modern Warfare 2 PC and Xbox 360 owners hopefully connecting to each other, but the likelihood of that is fairly not high. It's not likely to happen, because the 360 version and the PC version are quite different in the way that they work and the way that it handles the controls, because a PC version can use mouse and keyboard, and PC version, as most of you know, is pretty much hacked for Modern Warfare 2. Now, this doesn't mean that you cannot expect hackers on Modern Warfare 2 if it becomes backwards compatible. It is very, very likely that will happen, as seen in Black Ops and Black Ops 2, where hackers, if you've already hacked on the 360, like if you've already got hacks for it or mods for the game, then you can just use it because it's the exact same game. And basically, I'm starting to run out of more information for you guys to know about Modern Warfare 2, but to summarize it, I'm hopefully expecting Modern Warfare 2 to be released in the next 2 months, anything before November, and it's almost going to be possible. As soon as it hits November, it is going to be unlikely that Modern Warfare 2 will release for the next few months, because Activision would want to push towards World War II, essentially. Now, in terms of this gameplay, as you're seeing, I just want to quickly talk about this gameplay. Demolition has been released on Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered as part of the Weekend Warfare. We've finally gone through the full rotation for me, because I haven't done the Weekend Warfare since its release, and I've finally done the full rotation, and Demolition is honestly my favorite game type, and I hope that the developers can actually bring this as a dedicated playlist like they did for Prop Hunt. It'll be great if this becomes dedicated, because it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of high intense moments, because both teams are pushing to plant or defuse the bomb. It can exactly get pretty much into a spawn trap, as I think this game has shown that we have been pushing on their spawns, especially when there's one bomb left and we're either defusing or attacking, and we can definitely push down onto the spawns. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, this game mode came out earlier today. It resets for Australians every Saturday, so if you're Australian like me, you can expect a new Weekend Warfare game, well, playlist, not playlist, but a game mode every Saturday, and it'll go for the next week. So from Saturday to Saturday, you can play Demolition, and I strongly recommend it. Even if you're not on the Xbox One, you can still play it, and if you're not Australian, then you can still play it, because it's just for everyone. But if you guys have enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll let you guys watch the rest of the video without any commentary. But if there's anything else you want to know about, just let me know. I'm hopefully going to get more videos up, especially the F1 videos. I got F1 Season 1 Career Mode 2, or Part 2, coming out very shortly. I've got a special career mode for the F1 Classic cars coming out, hopefully. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys later.